Now, the new model in 2023, we're going to go over this. And what it is that we found, a lot of gyms, these big gyms there's less and less new gyms opening up all over because of saturation everywhere. And most of these experienced gym owners that have been in the space a long time, what we're finding, what they have realized is that they want long-term recurring revenue with low churn rates, right? The average gym owner doesn't want to spend time replacing people. They want to sell someone once and keep them for like 2-3 years. And that's doable. And in most gyms, especially the community-based gyms, that's a doable thing, right? Like that's like when someone comes in organically and they sign up and they buy into the tribe and they make friends and they have a great experience, naturally they're going to stay for a long, long time, right? And so the math of it looks like this. If you're thinking about that if a gym owner, if we just reverse engineer the math of what the gym owner wants, say you're a gym owner and you want to make a $100K per year salary as a gym owner, right? You want to own a 4,000 square foot CrossFit gym or martial arts gym or kickboxing gym or functional fitness gym or whatever, boot camp, transformation studio, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what the methodology is. It really all looks the same. That if I want to make a $100,000 per year salary, let's start with that as our first principle, that I want to be paid well. And for me, if I'm a person that's invested in my education, or even if I haven't, if I've just invested in my credentials, and this is what I'm going to spend my best years doing. If I'm a 32-year-old gym owner, like I can't afford to spend the next 10 years of my life not making money because these are my best money making years. So I want to make $100K per year. It looks like this, right? So $100,000 per year is $8,334 per month. So that's our salary. And if I start the business, I'm going to bake that in. And I might not make that right away, but that's my goal. And say rent is $4,000 or $5,000. Say it's $4,000, $1 per square foot on a 4,000 square foot space. You're looking at $4,000 a month in rent. Say you have $1,000 a month in utility. Say the goal is to have everything staffed out to where you have a full payroll of, if everybody's running everything day to day, and it's $11,000 a month in payroll. And then you have a $3,000 marketing budget to make sure you're multiplying your word of mouth and all this stuff. And then say you bake in a 10% profit margin on top of all that, which is an additional $3,000 that is just going to go into the company's operating account. That way, when the equipment's needed to be purchased, you're not paying for that out of pocket. The business pays for that out of this profit margin that's being held every month in the business's operating account. All that, if you add that up, is about $30,400. And it's a pretty modest gym, right? So you could definitely go bigger square footage, higher rent, higher payroll, bigger salary, all those things. But just say you want to keep it simple and you want to build a $100,000 per year salary out of a 4,000 square foot space, and you want to run a nice tight tribe. Say we take that number and we break that down, that $30,400 that we need to make in total revenue per month to pay ourselves $100K per year. And we were to say, okay, let's offer 7 classes per day, classes up to 20 people. In total, that looks like we're going to be able to serve, 105 people per day or 140 people per day. We're going to be able to serve in our gym. And if utilization of our gym is, say, 70% of our members, that means we could sign 150 to 200 members. So, if I were to take the 30,400 and divide it by 150 members, that means I need to just get 150 members at $200 per month of average client value, right? Which is like totally doable, totally realistic, totally achievable math. And we do it all the time with gyms. And, and a good example for a gym owner that's maybe not there yet is if you're starting with a base of 50 members, say you already have 50 or 60 or 70 members, or maybe you're starting a new gym. When you open it, or maybe if you're already open, you're probably going to have 50 or 60 members that come in just from word of mouth, right? Like that happens. You open these gyms, getting to break even on your rent is pretty easy. But beyond that, you're not going to make any money. At a growth rate of just 10, say your goal is 150 members at $200 per month. At a growth rate of just 10 members per month, you'd have 150 members, and you'd be hitting that $30,400 in just 10 months. And you'd be at that. You'd be able to pay yourself a check of $8,334 in monthly salary on W-2 if you want, or take a draw or whatever, and still make $3,000 in profit margin, and have your payroll covered, and have utilities covered, and have $3,000 in marketing spend to make sure you can stay there. And that's totally doable, right? And in the new gym money math, like this can all be done using no cost client acquisition methods. You don't have to spend $3,000 a month on ads, honestly. I mean, you should have a marketing budget and you should spend it, but it shouldn't be because you need those clients to replace the 20 that left last month because of the offer. A good example is, one of the gym owners in our program, and we have many examples of this, but this is a gym owner that's okay with me sharing their stuff. This is a CrossFit gym that's been open for 10 years. And because they've been open 10 years, they've been on the internet, and just none of it was optimized. So like when they came and worked with us, like we went and optimized like their organic channels, right? Like their Google search. And on Google Business alone, because he's top ranked for like, because our stuff got him top ranked on like every single search in his market for anything in his city, he gets over 60,000 interactions a month off of Google search, which is how like 80% of in our business, out of the 400 gyms we work with, we can see the Google Analytics and the numbers. And what I'll tell you is that like 70 to 80% of the traffic that these gyms are getting is coming by way of Google searches and map searches, Google Map Pack searches. Like that's what people are doing. And so it is optimizing for that and many other things too, right? Like what you're doing on social media, if running some ads and retargeting people that have been on your website that haven't signed up, things like that. But he's getting 60,000 interactions a month without any ad spend. That's just because Google thinks he's the best in the area. So they're showing him first because we put stuff in place that is edifying that to Google. And as a result, he gets 40,000 map views he shows up in, 10,000 direct searches, 8,000 indirect searches, and thousands of visitors on his website every month. And then we put and then really the next thing is having a good funnel and system. So with him, we put a really good funnel and systems in place underneath that traffic. So as that traffic pours into that funnel, it's not leaking out of the sides with a terrible website and terrible follow-up, because really for most of these gyms to get 10 members per month, it's not a traffic issue. You don't need that much traffic to get 10 members a month. You really just need to have good lead generation and good follow-up in place. And if you have those things in place, getting 10 people in the door to sell, which most of the gym owners are going to sell 9 out of 10 people they talk to, like, okay, so you get 12 people in the door. That's not hard to do with good lead generation and follow-up if you have an established gym. And then outside of that, just having a good sales process. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going to sell higher ticket front-end focus. And then outside of that's having really, really good fulfillment, right? There's a lot of gyms out there that say that they have the best gym in town, but if we're honest, like they really are just letting their community do things for them, and they're not really putting that much effort into actually building a really, really, really good business, right? Having a good community and running a really, really good business are two different things, right? And then the upside here is churn rates are really, really low. Bringing in members this way, people that are coming in from searching for what you're selling and like their research, you're not using what's called interruption advertising, right? So interruption advertising is what Facebook ads are. It's someone searching, looking at pictures of dogs, babies, and puppies, and all these things, and then up pops your gym ad saying, "Hey, do you want to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks?" Like that type of client acquisition model is going to have a hard churn rate because of what it is, right? It's just common sense, and it worked at a time, but that time has passed. And now, if you can get in front of traffic that's searching for you, you're going to have really low churn, and that's what we're seeing is our gyms are getting a high rate of client acquisition with very, very little to no cost, and the churn rates are low, and so they're keeping these clients for 24 36 months, and the average client value is more like $4,000, because if you take $200 a month times 24 months, that's $4,800 in lifetime value. If you stack 200 of those, you now have like $1 million in recurring revenue coming in over that 24 months with those clients, right? Which for what it takes to run a 4,000 square foot gym is just not a very expensive business. And there's a lot less circling the wagon, a lot less work, and you build a far better tribe, right? Most gym owners get into this not because they want to be salesmen and not because they want to be entrepreneurs and not because they want to be marketers. They get into this because they care. They get into this because they want to build a tribe. They get into this because like they themselves had a life-shifting experience, or fitness has been a big part of their life. It's helped them develop mental toughness, principles, and guide them in life, right? For a lot of us, it's an outlet, right? And we want to give other people a similar experience that we experienced as we were, going through our challenges in life, right? And that's why we do it. So that's a focus. That's the new model. That's what I want to go over with you guys today. In the next video, I'm going to break this down a little bit deeper. I'm going to go into things like the offer, funnel and system, sales process, good fulfillment, and what that looks like. And I'm also going to answer some common questions in the following videos as well. So be sure to comment, like, and subscribe wherever you're watching this. And if you do have an established gym and you want to work, you want to 2 to 3x that gym in the next year and build a better business, because that's really what it's all about. It's about moving from being self-employed and being on the hamster wheel of your own business and feeling trapped, but to building an actual business, being an actual business owner that puts pillars in place and delegates and has systems and automation and can grow and separate their personal well-being from their business's well-being, and own an asset instead of an asset owning their time. Then let's talk. Go to biglittlegyms.com, and when you get there, you can learn a bit more about what we do. You can fill out the form, and it'll take you to a booking page. And when you book, we can meet. You'll either meet with me or someone on my team. And we'll show you what we do, break it all down, show you how you can leverage this system to grow your gym and also grow personally and as a business owner and as a leader. That's a big part of what we do, is develop that. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.